What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Grand Theft Auto Fix. It's your man, the Spaceman. Now, this news that I'm about to give, I didn't really think it was that big a deal, but it seems like it's making a lot of waves, and I could kind of see in some instances where it might be problematic if you're not up on it. So we're just going to get right to it. I'm coming at you with I cleaned up, did a little cleaning in the house. I found my old school Wii U hat that I actually bought on the line at the Nintendo store when I purchased the Wii U, and I had high hopes for it. As you know, it was kind of went out like the Sega Saturn, another system I bought and I had high hopes for, right? Anyway, we're talking about the region locked Grand Theft Auto 6 PlayStation 5 version. When it comes out for the PS5, it's going to be locked to your region, meaning if you're in North America, you have to buy the North America version. Canada, United States, the same Grand Theft Auto version will work. It'll be considered the North America version. For the if you live in the UK, that you cannot buy the North American version. You got to buy the UK one. We're going to get into it and I'm going to break it all down for you, fairly quickly. It's kind of like a little tidbit, but just for those that may not know. And there was a little hack that I kind of heard that obviously is not going to work. And I'm going to get to that. So let's get right to it, right? Okay, Rockstar is clarifying which GTA 6 pre-order download codes are going to be region locked and how it's going to affect the game in your particular country, right? So, Grand Theft Auto 6 pre-orders initially went live a little over a month ago. Number of retailers posted conflicting messages, yada yada, about what countries are going to be able to play what. Here it is. Rockstar has updated their GTA 6 support page, so this comes straight from Rockstar, with new details on the different regional restrictions. For starters, the support article confirmed that based on where you buy your copy at retail, some restrictions on where that code can be redeemed is going to apply. The best way to avoid any potential issues is to make sure you buy your copy in the country that matches your platform's account. In other words, don't buy a US copy of the game if you don't have a US account. Now, this only applies to the PlayStation 5 version of the game, meaning Xbox Series X and S, that's going to be region free. You can do whatever. You're in Saudi Arabia. You could play the Saudi Arabia version on a North American Xbox Series X or S console. Interesting, isn't it, right? As we suspected when we initially reported on that confusion, Xbox codes are not going to be region locked and they can therefore be redeemed anywhere in the world, regardless of your account's region. The support article also revealed another wrinkle for players in Japan. Now, this is interesting for you Japan players out there, right? If you buy a code in the box, physical copy of GTA 6 in Japan, that code is going to expire 170 days after it was printed. Not necessarily after you bought it, but after the code was printed. This is interesting. Rockstar said this is in accordance with local regulations. This means the last date you can redeem your code, assuming it was printed on the launch date of the 19th of November, is going to be the 8th of May 2027. So there's going to be a time bomb for Japan players out there to buy a Japanese version, which you're going to have to do if you're in Japan because it's region locked, right? So here's the breakdown of which countries have code redemption limitations. Rockstar answered that question by posting the list of all the major regions and where codes purchased in each one can be redeemed. And here is the list for everyone. I'll make sure it's on the screen so you can read it as well. Brazil. Brazil version, you get the Brazil code, that's it. LATAM, that's Argentina, Bolivia, Chile, Colombia, Costa Rica, Ecuador, El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, Mexico, Nicaragua, Panama, Paraguay, Peru, and Uruguay. I don't even know if I'm doing a good job with this accent or not. You leave it in the comments, let me know. But that's the LATAM code is applicable to be playable for those particular countries. North America, Canada, United States, right? Korea, South Korea. North Korea ain't even jacking it all together, I guess, right? Korea, South Korea. Japan. And you got a time bomb in Japan. Make sure you redeem that by the 8th of 2027. When did they say? May or whatever 170 days after the 19th of November is. You Japan players out there, right? United Kingdom, the UK, UK. If your country is considered in the UK, make sure your GTA 6 code and copy is in the UK. Saudi Arabia and UAE is Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates. Right, so that's the code for the Saudi Arabia and the UAE, aka the United Arab Emirates. Make sure you match up, right? The rest of Asia is going to be Hong Kong, Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, Taiwan, and Thailand, right? That's the rest of Asia, right? The rest of EMEA and Asia. Interesting. So there's a little confusion. So a certain section of Asia is going to fall into the EMEA. And that is, and all the countries, including certain parts of Asia, is going to be Australia, Austria, Belgium, Bulgaria, Croatia, Cyprus, Czechia, Czechia, in case I butchered that name, Denmark, Finland, France, Germany, Greece, Hungary, Iceland, India, Ireland, Israel, Italy, Luxembourg, Malta, Netherlands, New Zealand, Norway, Poland, Portugal, Romania, Slovakia, Slovenia, South Africa, Spain, Sweden, Switzerland, Turkey, and Ukraine. That falls under the EMEA and Asia. But the rest of Asia, outside of any Asian countries I may name within that list, is going to be Hong Kong, Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, Taiwan, and Thailand. Right? So, outside of the retail market, GTA 6 has been topping pre-order charts digitally across all PlayStation Store regions. Expected, right? Excuse me. Given how highly anticipated the game is, this was easy to predict. That said, Rockstar's decision to not include a physical disc in retail copies of the game likely pushed many to buy it digitally through their console stores. At least then they'd be able to preload it. So they're basically saying the reason why the digital copies probably shot up is because it's only going to be a digital copy. So that's why we got a lot of pre-orders. Because you're going to get the same thing that you pre-order, or when you buy it when it comes out, it's still going to be digital. So that's why they're saying that accounts at least to some of the reason why the sales have been good, right? Collectively, pre-order data is looking very healthy for Rockstar, even if it resulted in some absurd claims about the amount of money the company has already made from pre-orders. Though one insider has claimed a version with a physical disc will arrive before the end of the year. Take that with a grain of salt. It doesn't sound like this is confirmed. This is what an insider is speculating. Others have shot down the idea, saying Rockstar has no plans to release physical copies with discs at any point. That's the ideology that I understand from my research. That's just rumor stuff. So far, unfortunately, there's not going to be any physical discs. Of course, that can change in time, but it's rumorville, strictly rumorville. I wouldn't even give it a grain or 2 grains of salt. I would just not jack that as a whole right now. That rumor, right? So there you have it, folks. And it's interesting because I saw a video. I don't want to call it ridiculous because I know some people are going to be very thirsty to play this at, I don't know, midnight or whenever on November 9th that 19th or whatever that it launches. So some people were saying like, hey, you know what? If you want to play it earlier on the 18th, let's say you're in the US, right? You buy like the UK version where it's 6 hours ahead, see? Because therefore, it's going to hit midnight before it hits midnight where you're at. So on the 18th of November, you'll be able to play it on at 6 p.m. because they're 6 hours or 7 p.m. because they're 5 or 6 hours ahead of you, see? So you can play it early. So get the UK version if you're in North America. Do not do that. That little hack, that little trick, wait the 5-6 hours, however long it is, just wait for it because it's not going to work. You're going to be wasting your money. It's region locked if you are on PlayStation 5. I guess for the Xbox collective that's going to cop the game, if you can't wait the 5-6 hours, I guess you could do that. Personally, I would still just get the one for my region. You never know what will happen in the future. There might be like region-specific things. They might pass a law or something in your country where they start banning certain stuff, and then because you have that region-locked game. Remember the coffee mod or whatever it was for Grand Theft Auto San Andreas back in the day? And that wasn't a region thing, but they ended up censoring the game a little bit due to whatever policy or whatever. So you never know when another country might do something or whatever that that another country isn't doing. Just get your own region. Just wait the 5-6 hours, you Xbox folks and you PlayStation folks. Absolutely, just wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Do not get it outside of your region. I'll put it on the screen again if you want to screenshot it or whatever you want to do. These are the regions for your particular country and everything like that. Let's make sure you could all see this on the screen. I'm going to leave it there. And matter of fact, I'm going to leave you with that. I'm going to bid you guys adieu. I will be back at you again very soon with some more news. We're waiting for some more big news, trailer 3. And as the time approaches when it comes out, any and everything, I'm going to be there for it. Sorry, I'm a little late on this news, but I really didn't think it was a big deal. But a lot of people are talking about it. So I figured it's worth covering, right? So there you have it. Region lock for PlayStation players, not region lock for you Xbox folks. And oh yes, and thank you everybody again. I'm at 500 subscribers and counting. Half 1,000, that's half a G ticket. I appreciate it so much. I'm gonna keep on going as long as you keep on going and flowing with me, right? Catch y'all very soon. Peace.